guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to be here. Today we're going to have a girl talk, if you couldn't tell by the title down below. I did set that I was going to start this series very soon. On my two previous videos ago, I talked about how I left for a whole month and how it was really crazy, but how we got back on track and new series were coming to my channel. So here's the first episode of Girl Talk with Steph. So definitely I want you guys to send me a lot more requests. I did receive a fuming amount of requests for topics of this video, and I picked and chose the ones that I thought were pretty much similar to each other and combined them into one. A lot of them were about self-confidence or like stretch marks or about being a little chubby, being too skinny and stuff like that. So I thought about making this one called Girl Talk with Steph and Love Yourself. There's another one that I might do. It's about positivity and being self-happy with yourself. Let me know if you guys want to talk about that one. But definitely this one's going to be all about stretch marks and loving yourself and your body changing and how you should accept yourself for who you are, because believe it or not, me talking about it, it has been a tough topic for myself for the past year. I definitely grew into my body, or my body definitely changed in the matter of just 1 year, because you know, one moment I still had like a body of like a 12-year-old boy, and then boom, came like all these body parts, and your body is expanding and your skin is stretching, and stretch marks does happen when you're growing hips or, you know, butts and stuff like that, thighs, and we have to learn to accept that. So that's what this episode is going to be all about. So let's get into it. Okay, first and foremost, I want to say, if you are watching this while in class, you better turn this off because school is important. But this is a perfect video if you just got home from school or from work and you want to sit down and relax. Go ahead and grab that hot cocoa and let's get started. Okay, so basically, we all know what stretch marks are. Clinically, it happens to all of us. You know, there's no woman that's perfect who doesn't have stretch marks. If you don't have stretch marks, then God bless your soul, because we all get them. You know, in different places it varies. I see women get them in their arms, we get them in our legs, our butt, our boobs, our stomachs. If you had a baby, you would know. It happens, and we can't take it too literal and think that you're ugly or you're the only ugly duckling in the world who has stretch marks, because that's not true. Whether they are fresh, whether they're old, there's ways of treating it. Some people are lucky when they treat it, it does go away. Some of them just gets very light scars, and some of them it's there and we can't do nothing about it. So that's just something that we have to learn to accept. Being comfortable in your body is very important, because if you're not comfortable with yourself, people can see that and then you make others feel uncomfortable. So for example, if you are in a relationship, whether, you know, it's a guy or a girl, if you have stretch marks and you're really insecure about it, you're gonna make your partner feel like sad or feel weird about it as well. Or maybe you're comfortable with it and your partner is asking you, like, what is that, or why do you have those, you know, is that weird, or you're getting fat, or whatever the case may be. I don't know what type of relationships you are beyond, but you know, it happens. I've heard crazy stories about women facing stretch marks with their partner. And if your partner doesn't understand, you can, you know, tell them what it is and how every person that we know, because I have not met a person who doesn't have any stretch marks, but a lot of people get stretch marks because your body is changing, because your body is expanding. And if that person doesn't understand it, then that's something that you have to decide on whether you want to stay in that relationship or not. But you have to just, as long as you feel confident about yourself and you know that that's something that we can't change, that's just the way our bodies are formed, then I think you should be okay. Because again, like, when you're confident within yourself, there's nothing that can break that confidence. Like, you just like, oh well, you know what, I have it. If you don't like it, don't look at it. If you're looking at it, then just don't fucking say anything, because you need to learn to accept it. If some other person doesn't accept you for your body and for the way it is and how nature has created it and how we can't change it, then screw that person, because you should love yourself. Now, if you don't love yourself, then it's a process that you need to start doing for yourself. You need to start spending more time alone and figuring out what makes you happy, what clothes makes you feel better. If you don't like wearing tight jeans, don't wear tight jeans. If you like wearing loose shirts, wear loose shirts. Whatever makes you feel happy, or if you don't feel comfortable showing your stretch marks, let's say you're wearing shorts or you're wearing a tank top, if you don't feel comfortable wearing it, then don't wear it. But as long as you know that they're there, they're not going anywhere, you can start feeling comfortable with yourself. It's not an easy process, because I can sit here and tell you guys that I'm super confident, but there's times and there's days where I just don't feel it. You know what I mean? Like I think down on myself. I used to a lot. I do now minimal, but I'm learning to be happy with myself, because I've hid in a shell where I wanted to wear nothing but all black, not because it was a trend, but because it's supposed to make you look slimmer. And I've been like this target in family because of being slim, and you don't want to get fat, and you don't want to look ugly. And there's nothing wrong with being a little overweight. There's nothing wrong with being too skinny. There's nothing wrong with the way God made you, or whatever religion you are, however you were created, your form of nature, your genes. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you have to just be happy with yourself and feel confident, because when you're confident, other people can see that, and it just makes you look 100 times better, trust me. So I was just asking my mom a question, and I was asking her if it was true about the fact with the pregnancy and scratching. I've read many comments online where women did say that that's true, so I would recommend, instead of scratching your stomach, rub some like cocoa butter on your stomach, or cocoa butter is also good to help remove and smoothen the skin, to try to take the stretch marks away. I'm not too sure if that really works. I haven't really tried it, but that's also a recommendation. My mom did tell me though, for pregnant women who are having like itchy bellies and wants to avoid the whole stretch mark situation, you can take vitamin E and cut it in half, and the liquid inside the vitamin, you rub it on your belly, and it's really good. It helps with the elasticity and stuff like that. And then rub a lot of cocoa butter on your stomach as well. That helps, you know, prevent these stretch marks. But again, the way the nature is set up, God knows what's gonna happen, if that actually works for every person's skin type or not like that. So yeah, and look into it and try to, like, you know, take care of your body. Then that's actually a good thing, because a lot of people just tend to push it to the side and don't even care about it, and they feel comfortable with it, or they absolutely hate it but they don't do nothing about it. Whatever you choose to do is okay, because that's your body. Again, as long as you feel secure about yourself and you're happy and, you know, you feel strong, you're good. Again, a lot of people, the majority of people in the world, get stretch marks, including men as well. So don't ever feel that you are alone, or you're like the only person with these marks in their bodies, because we all have them. Even skinny people do have stretch marks. Believe me when I say that. It's because, you know, you're growing into your body, whether you're getting hips again or thighs or anything like that, whether they're big or small. When your body is expanding, that does happen naturally to your body. So don't ever feel like you're ugly because of it, or you're alone, because you're not. You know, we all are human. We all get these things in our bodies. We're not perfect. The women in the magazine are obviously photoshopped. If there's women out there, or anyone who's watching this video and don't have stretch marks, then you know you're very blessed. But if you are one of those people who have a lot or a few and you always felt uncomfortable, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that we all have, and men should understand it, because men get it too. And if a man doesn't have it, and you're afraid that they're not gonna find you attractive because of that, then they're silly. They're a young boy, because that happens to everyone, especially if you're transforming from, you know, a young girl to a young adult to a woman, whatever it is that you are transitioning to. We all get that. Even older women, you can have it. Like, let's say you've been urine the whole life and you haven't had stretch marks, and then you get pregnant, and then that happens, and you're just like freaking out because you think you're ugly. Many women have them. Again, there's ways to treat it if you want to take care of it. If you want to leave it alone and do something about it, then that's fine. If not, you don't want to do anything about it, but you need to learn how to love yourself, go ahead and do that. But again, don't sit there and not do anything about it, not try to help yourself physically or mentally and complain about it, because that's not good for you. You should learn to love yourself, and you should learn to be happy with yourself, because in the end, you have only but yourself. You can have all these people. You can have friends, you can have a boyfriend, you can have a girlfriend, you can have your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers. But then there's one point where in the day you are sitting down by yourself thinking about yourself, which is not weird. We all do that. And you need to mentally be happy with that. So you're not alone. be happy. Everyone gets them. It's normal. Either you do something about it or you don't, but you feel good about it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to pick either or. You can't just sit there, not do anything about it, and then hate yourself for it. Because then that's not being productive and that's not learning to be self-happy. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this little talk about stretch marks. And again, if you have any topics, down below is the email that I have for you guys that you guys can send me any more requests. In the subject, if you are giving me any ideas for this topic, you can just write Girl Talk with Steph and then write a message on what you guys want to see or any other topics that you recommend. I did receive quite a few. Again, I just mixed them all up. If you have anything else that you guys want me to do to record, go ahead and pop those in the comments or email me as well. Or you can hashtag me on Instagram, Girl Talk with Steph, and I'll go ahead and check that out. You can hashtag it under your picture, under a caption, under my picture, or anything like that. Just hashtag it and then request it. I look forward to speaking with you all, even if you're going to send me an email just to say hi. I cannot wait for that. Again, feel great, thank yourself, love yourself, be who you are. Don't care what people have to say about you, as long as you're happy and confident with yourself or doing something to help that process get better, then you should be just fine. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you. Ciao.